So I arrived in North Carolina and my friend Lou had my meal all ready for me because I need to eat my pre-workout meal 60 to 90 minutes before I work out. So my plan was eat my meal on the ride to his house, get my stuff unpacked, do my workout in his gym. Guess what? We got to his house and 10 minutes before we pulled in, the power went out in the neighborhood. We called the electric company and they said the power would be on for at least another 2 hours. So luckily he has a gym membership, even though he does, most of his workouts at home, just like I do, down the street. So I was able to come in here. And I was just thinking about how years ago when I first started to try to get fit, I had a gym membership and I was so intimidated by the gym, by being surrounded by machines and people that I didn't know, and I was afraid of looking like an idiot. And here I am in another state, in a gym that I've never been in, doing a workout that I've never done before, a leg workout, and I'm one of two girls in here, and I feel fine. I don't feel intimidated. I don't feel embarrassed, even though I didn't even know the moves. And I just thought how far I've come. It's taken 5.5 years for me to get to where I am now, but I got started at some point and I finally got to where I am now. And so many people look at what I do and I share it to give people hope that if you just get started and you put one foot in front of the other day after day, eventually you're gonna get there. But if you just keep telling yourself you can't do it, then you won't do it, and you'll always be stuck where you are, and that's uncomfortable. And I did that for such a long time, and here I am. And it's to the point now that I've learned to love myself, that I don't care what anybody else thinks. All I care about in the day is how I feel about myself. And I know when I spent all my time caring about what everybody else thought, I still at the end of the day hated who I was. And that self-loathing is horrible. I did take my pre-workout and then my hydrate, and now I'm about ready to do my recover, and then in an hour from now I'm gonna do my post-workout meal. I am an hour ahead of my regular schedule because here in Charlotte we're an hour ahead of Texas. So it is kind of funny because I feel like when I got here it's raining and there was no power, and I'm like, man, it's like we brought what was going on in Houston here to North Carolina. But either way, I got it done. Doing the 80-day obsession has been challenging, but very doable. I was able to switch my meals around. I prepared ahead of time. I brought my food onto the plane. I have not missed my meals. I haven't missed my time frames. There's been a few little snafus, like no power, but hey, there's always a way around it. And that's my number one motto: is where there's a will, there's a way. 80-day obsession it's just like any program that I've done before, that in the beginning you're building a base, and then now that we're starting month 2, it is getting more challenging. But it's just with anything that once you get started and you just put one foot in front of the other and keep doing it, you're going to only improve. And the things that seem so hard on day 1 last week were easy. Now we're in month 2 and today seem not extremely hard but difficult, but I know the end of month 2 I'll be so much better and stronger. And that's what I love about these programs, is that they help you get stronger. They help you physically and mentally get stronger. And it's helped me just work through so much. And having this time nutrition has really helped with my energy, help break past some limiting beliefs that I didn't even realize that I had. So anyways, today is day 30 of 80. So I feel great, besides a little wobbly just from flying, and that happens. But tomorrow, back on it. Hey guys, I'm not from my normal location. I am here in North Carolina visiting my friend. So last night I arrived. I had planned everything out, and if you've been following me, I am doing a program where we have time nutrition. I eat certain foods from different food groups paired together at certain times. So I had everything planned out to a T. Everything was going great. I had all of my meals with me while I was, at the airport. I ate while I was on the plane. I ate. My friend picked me up from the airport. With the right foods, and my plan was as soon as I got here, I was gonna work out. And what happened is we literally pulled up. He couldn't get the garage door to open, and come to find out, 10 minutes before we showed up, the power went out. And I thought, oh, how funny is this? You know, when I lived, you know, through Hurricane Harvey, we had no power outages. And then I get here and it's raining. And it was no big deal. We kind of talked it out and figured out what we were going to do. Luckily, he has a gym that he has a membership to where I could go. So I went live last night. So you may have seen that I'm so proud of myself that I was able to go into that gym where I'd never been, knew no one, doing a workout that I'd never done before in front of strangers. And there were some awkward moments because if you've watched any of my videos from 80 Day Obsession, we use the sliders. The sliders that you can purchase through me, they come, they're plastic and it comes with like a felt cover. So depending on the surface you're on, you can remove the cover. So at home, in my home gym, I have carpet. So I removed the felt cover and it slides easy. For other people, they need the felt cover around it, so it slides easy. Well, neither worked because if you've worked out in a gym and they have like rubber flooring that's kind of like sticky, it wasn't working. So I know that number one, I didn't really know what I was doing or what was coming next, and then it was really awkward. But you know what, I went through it because you know what, the one thing that I've learned in the last 5.5 years of being on my own fitness journey is this is my journey, and it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. It only matters what I think. And the best part is I've realized that I'm never going to see these people. They may have been wondering what I was doing, and I don't know. Some people were watching me. I saw two guys were watching what I was doing because they saw my laptop there. They saw all my piles of weights and everything, and they asked my friend Lou, like, well, what is she doing? And he was explaining, well, she's part of this test group, trying out a new program, and, you know, explaining about the power outages, and they were like, oh, that's cool. So sometimes, you know, when you get outside of yourself, and when you think people are looking, talking about you, a lot of times they're just wondering what you're doing, and even if they're just assholes, then they're assholes. But come to find out, one of the guys has actually used one of our at-home fitness programs, and, you know, I think he said done 2 rounds. So there's so many other people out there who do know what we're doing and do appreciate at-home fitness programs, even though, you know, he was at the gym as well. But one thing I wanted to talk about was, number one, the workout yesterday was great. This program's great because they're like simple moves. And this was our first time of doing leg day. When I did my first leg day on month 1, it was on a Friday, I literally couldn't walk well until Tuesday. So I was concerned about like what month 2 would be since this is a brand new workout. But I took my post-workout supplement, I took my nighttime recovery supplement, and I woke up and this house has stairs. I actually could feel it in my legs, but I don't feel, you know, miserable. And so I know that so many people, when they're starting a new program or fitness regimen or anything, it's a little painful, it's a little awkward, it's a little uncomfortable, but that's anything in the beginning. But once you get your bearings, once your body gets used to it, once your mind gets used to it, it's so much easier to get through. So the workout was amazing. I felt awkward, just like I have through all of the workouts so far this week because they're new, but I know that just like when I started on the first week, by the end of week 4, I really felt, maybe not a master of it, but I felt really comfortable with what I was doing. And I love that this program is challenging me. And the best part is that the other day I, you know, thought, wow, that was a tough workout. And you know, the old Mindy would have been like, oh my God, Autumn just tried to kill me. But now I'm like thankful. I'm like, Autumn just challenged me. She just helped me get better than I was yesterday. So I'm so thankful. So it's really about what I talk about all the time is mindset, how you associate something that's going on. You can say, oh, somebody tried to kill me, it was horrible, this or that. Well, that's the feeling you're gonna have because of the thoughts and the language you use. Well, instead, I am showing gratitude, and I'm thankful that she's here to challenge me and that we're in this together. And so one thing that I have seen happen over and over and over again, and I've been guilty of this myself, and I still do, is that when you slip up, you beat yourself up, you know. But here's the thing is, shit happens. I mean, yesterday it was out of my control that there was no power here, but you know what, with a little bit of thought, we were able to figure it out. And with anything in life, there's going to be obstacles, there's going to be struggles, there's going to be things that are completely out of your control that you may not have planned for. But when you realize that there's always an option that maybe you've never thought of, and it just might take a little thought, it makes it so much better. And one thing that I thought was so funny last night was I knew the power was out. I walk in, bring my stuff in, go into his kitchen. I've been here before, and I'm like flipping on every light, and I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, why aren't any of these lights? I'm like, and he was upstairs bringing my bag up there. I was like, what is going on? I'm like, all these like 8 light switches in his house don't work. And then I was like, duh. There's no power. And I was telling about how I grew up on the coast in Northern California, and we lived in a rural town. There were storms that would come through, and massive redwood trees would knock down power lines, you know, for miles. And the service crews were out there trying to repair it. And I remember several times being without power for 5, 6, 7, 8 days, and it didn't matter if it was day 6 of a 7-day power outage. I would walk into my room and flip on the switch. And so here's the thing. Reality, you may know. You may have gotten into a different habit, but there are some things that are just programmed in your brain that you're gonna do just out of habit. And here's the thing is, once I realized, like, hey, you know, there was no power, I was just like, you know, I'm like, oh God, I'm like, no wonder. But you know, so many people, when things like that happen and they revert back to an old way, they slip up, they ask themselves the wrong question of, why am I so stupid? Why do I always do this? God, get it together. And the way you talk to yourself is the way you think. And the way you think it controls how you act. The way you feel about yourself dictates the way you allow other people to treat you. So here's the thing is, we all have things that were programmed in our brains and our minds and the way we think from childhood, from just habitual, you know, consistent actions. And you can change it, and you can change your mindset, but there's going to be things that you slip up on. But you know what? You're human. Instead of beating yourself up for it, laugh it off. Laugh it off. Go, keep moving. Don't let that stop you and halt you and make you move backwards. And you know, it's a funny example, but I thought I'd just share with you. It's like, you know, sometimes we do goofy things that are out of our control, and we just, you know, do it. But it doesn't make us stupid. It doesn't make us a failure. It doesn't make us an idiot. And so I want to challenge you to catch yourself in these things that, even if you don't say it out loud, which I'm somebody that talks to myself all the time, but if you catch yourself saying it in your head or even out loud, change your thoughts, change your reaction. You may not be able to change your behavior, like me turning on the light switch. That I'll probably do it again at some point when we don't have power, but I can change the way I talk to myself, or reframe it if I catch myself saying, hey, dummy, and be like, no, I'm not stupid. It's just, you know, this. So that is my challenge to you. And if you have any friends that you're around that you catch them doing that, help them reframe their thinking and get them to stop, because so many times we have this voice in the back of our head that we don't even realize lives there, that really dictates everything we do in life. So anyways, this is my recap on my workout from yesterday, day 30. Today, I don't know, my friend has something planned, so I had to actually switch my workout time. So I should be working out. Let's see, I'm on Eastern Standard Time, so I'm kind of confused. I should be working on an hour, but we're actually have plans, so I'm going to do my workout this evening. So stay tuned for some little video clips from my brand new workout today.